Before aviation became all about speed and silence, there were aircraft that rattled, roared, and made you feel every second of flight. Today we're stepping back in time, to an age when flying still felt raw, mechanical, and full of character. This is the Fokker F50, a Dutch-built turboprop that first took to the skies in the 1980s, and even now, decades later, continues to carve its own path through the clouds with a style that modern jets simply can't replicate. Good morning from Arlanda's Terminal 4. My flight of PopulAir to Mariehamn is departing from Terminal 3 because PopulAir is departing from Terminal 3, so I gotta go there. A small but distinctive Nordic airline with a mission as clear as its name, flying people to places that bigger airlines often overlook. Operating mainly out of Stockholm Arlanda, it connects Sweden, Finland and the Åland Islands, where we will be flying today, with short but essential regional hops. Its fleet is tiny, but its choice of aircraft, the Fokker F50, adds both nostalgia and character to the journey. Rather than chasing the crowded hubs of Europe, PopulAir focuses on accessibility, keeping island communities and smaller cities connected to the world. It's aviation at its most practical, but also at its most personal. Simple routes, short flights, and a rare chance to fly a classic turboprop in 2025. So I have already checked in for my flight to Mariehamn, but I'm gonna try to check in again and get a paper ticket, because I really want that as a memory, you know. And look who we've got here. The Fokkers themselves. Oh, that's my Fokker. I'm taking this registration over here. Today's journey will be short but spectacular. A 25-minute ride from Stockholm to Mariehamn, the capital of the Åland Islands, a unique but autonomous territory of Finland nestled between Sweden and Finland in the Baltic Sea. A tiny airport, a tiny runway, and one of the most scenic routes you can fly in this part of the world. So here I am after security in this small part of the Arlanda airport in Terminal 3, where the PopulAir Fokkers depart. We got one right over here, and I'm gonna check my gate. I think it's 53. Terminal 3, 53. Alright, let's go. It's not just about getting there, it's about savoring the journey, feeling the vibration of the props, hearing the whine of the engines pull up, and enjoying the ride on the astonishing Fokker 50. So buckle up, because this is going to be a short but sweet and unforgettable ride aboard PopulAir's Fokker F50 from Stockholm to the Åland Islands. Let's go board the plane. It is super windy, but here we are, boarding the Fokker F50. Stepping on board the plane felt surreal. Having flown on the Antonov AN-24 previously, it kinda gave me similar vibes, even though the Fokker 50 isn't nearly as old as the Antonov. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't sit in the very front rows. I wanted to have a view of the props from the front, but the cabin crew instructed every passenger to take seats from row 7 towards the back, most likely due to cargo balance related stuff. The layout is straightforward, 2 seats on each side of the aisle, but the atmosphere is unmistakably retro, even though the seats seemed new, because PopulAir acquired this aircraft only recently. The cabin seems fine, not that old overall, well, except the overhead panels here, and this is the seat and the tray table here. It's quite big. Feels definitely a bit worn out. Here we have the seat pocket with a sickness bag and a safety card. And similar problem with the Fokker 50 as well as the Q400. You can't store a backpack over here, right below. You have to put it like sideways like this. You even have the ashtrays here. And the seat is not reclinable. The seats themselves are simple but comfortable for a short hop like this. Legroom is decent, though the cabin height is modest. You'll be ducking a little if you're tall. But that's the part of the charm. This isn't about luxury or cutting-edge tech. It's about the raw experience of flying, stripped down to what matters most, the journey. I'm hearing some sounds from the cockpit and it says too low terrain, too low terrain. What the hell? I don't know what that was about, but anyway, we would soon start the propellers and taxi towards the runway for takeoff. Oh yes, that sound. Oh my god. How old this is, by the way. This is like super old. The lights do work. The air conditioning here. It's a bit hard to... Oh, okay, it works. And the window blind. Doesn't go all the way down for some reason. It says Fokker 50 over here. And we are pushing back.
For PopulAir and this flight for Mariehamn, I will now go through safety regulations that needs to be followed, and
I'm definitely getting the Antonov 24 vibes here. Holy crap.
Instructions given by the crew. All electronic devices must be
The second propeller is already going
computers must
to.
be turned off completely and placed in your hand luggage that you should have under the seat.
And we are going to depart towards the north
bin.
today
In
because of strong
evacuation,
winds
all hand
from the
luggage
north.
must be left behind.
The Fokker 50 doesn't ease you gently into the sky, it throws you into it. The engines roar, the props claw at the air, and before you know it, Stockholm is behind us and the archipelago stretches out like a painting below. But today, this flight isn't going to be smooth. Holy shit, dude, this is a roller coaster ride. Wow, I love this. As we climbed, the wind met us head-on gusts, pushing and pulling the aircraft like a toy boat on rough seas. The cabin shook, the wings flexed, and every dip felt like the opening drop of a roller coaster. Passengers gripped armrests, while the rhythmic hum of the props turned into a soundtrack of defiance against the elements. But there is something strangely thrilling about it, being reminded that flying isn't always sterile and silent. Up here in this little turboprop, you feel the sky. Every gust, every sway, every pocket of turbulence tells you this is a real flight. Raw, imperfect, unforgettable. So it's been like 3 minutes since we took off. This is a roller coaster ride, holy shit. I mean, the winds are quite strong up here, and with this Fokker F50 here, wow. Have we reached cruising altitude? Nope, we're just... Maybe it doesn't look like it, but it's pretty bumpy. Okay, now it's not bumpy anymore. Beautiful Swedish countrysides. Okay, now it's bumpy again. Now it's a roller coaster ride again. Damn. Okay, we are almost already halfway there. We are only 97 kilometers away from Mariehamn, as the crow flies, and we are almost at 10,000 feet. Still above Sweden. But soon we will be entering the sea. Alright, so a bit of information about this specific registration. It was built in 1990s. It is approximately 33 years old, according to planespotters.net, and it used to fly for Austrian Airlines, which is based in Vienna, obviously, and Vienna is my second closest airport to my home, which is Bratislava, so that's pretty cool. And also, what I noticed is that, well, obviously, the overhead panels and the cabin, like, structure of the cabin itself is very old. It's the original one, but the seats are new. Seats are new, fitted for PopulAir. Also, it is pretty clean, except the windows here a little bit. There, you know, here and there, a bit of dirt, but that's fine. Also on the overhead panels, but this aircraft is over 30 years old. What do you expect? I mean. Can we see the sea? Oh, we can see the sea. Hello. Oh, would you look at that? I found this in the other seat pocket. I didn't have that, but this is a menu on a destination map as well. This is where we're going. These are the two Finnish destinations that they serve. They also fly to Turku, and this aircraft is actually continuing to Turku after we land in Mariehamn. And then it's returning back to Mariehamn and then back to Stockholm. So that's how they fly to Turku. And yeah, they fly to these, I would say, more remote destinations or cities or towns throughout Sweden, which have, you know, short runways or wilder approaches. Or during the winter there's a lot of snow and the weather is just insane there. These Fokkers are very versatile planes. They don't mind some snow, you know. And this is the in-flight catalog with the menu on board here. You can get a water for 33 crowns, which is this much in euros. And yeah, there's still like a muffin here. Yeah, just muffins and olives and some sweets or chocolate bars or whatever that is. Alright. As we left cruise, the Fokker dipped its nose down to Mariehamn, and the drama wasn't over yet. The wind pressed against the fuselage, tossing us from side to side, as if testing whether this little turboprop was truly worthy of reaching the islands. The F50 fought its way down, buffed by gusts, its wings rocking like a ship in heavy seas. Every second closer to the ground felt like the final act of a performance, the aircraft dancing with the elements. And then, impact. The wheels hit the tarmac with a thud, the props roared in reverse, and the Fokker gripped the runway with all its strength. A hard landing, maybe, but one that felt triumphant. We had made it. After landing in wonderful Mariehamn, the very sweet crew allowed me to quickly visit the cockpit and also check out the lavatory, which I didn't have the chance to see during our flight. I'm just gonna take a quick peek in the toilet. It's pretty spacious actually. Sing here. Great. Now, Mariehamn welcomed us not with a fanfare, but with simplicity. A small terminal, the scent of pine in the air, and the quiet satisfaction of having crossed a stretch of wild Baltic sky. 25 minutes of flight, but a memory that will last much longer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fokker F50 of PopulAir. The airline is taking great care of the plane. The overall experience was truly golden, almost as if I went back in time to the 20th century. From booking to check-in and the flight itself. Flying the Fokker F50 isn't really about comfort or speed, it's about feeling connected to the machine, to the sky, to the very act of flight itself. In a world where aviation often feels polished and predictable, this little turboprop still reminds us what it means to truly fly. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video. For now, FJ out.